I would hope that it was real because the person that I did get to know, I really, really did or do love that person and the genuine heart. And it was so much more. It was like I'm a faith person and a spiritual person. And just hearing him talk so much about that and being into the same thing that I'm into as far as dancing and family and was waiting for him to be off a tour so he could be home. He said that he's been in situations before with women and, people will start attacking or, just mainly for protection, I guess. And I would see on his page and things that he just dropped a new video when his new album had just came out.
What's up, Seekers? Welcome back to another episode of Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com.
I went to his In My Feels festival or concert last December. Just went by myself, sat in the crowds, enjoyed myself, listened, and tried to feel the vibe. He would say certain things like, I'm looking to hire models for this video. And he would tell me, like, you were my inspiration behind the video.
On today's episode, we speak to a woman named Tyler from California who has been in communication with who she thinks is the singer Chris Brown. The two have been chatting through text messages for about 6 months, and she wants to know the truth. Is she in a relationship with her favorite star, or is this all a scam? Let's see if we can help her out. Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
Hey everyone, my name is Tyler. I'm 28 years old. I was born in a city called Hayward, California. So a little about me, I really love creativity. I just love being able to put things together, whether it's arts and crafts, whether it's dancing, whether it's music, whether it's photography. I am just all for creativity all the time. I am currently a dance teacher. Woo woo. I teach for elementary kids and it is absolutely amazing. I've been dancing for like the past 15 years. I first got into a dance team when my aunts decided to come together because they've been dancing their entire life. So when they opened up their team, I was a part of that and I was around 9, 10 in age. And then just from there, when they stopped, I had decided to branch off, try to create my own dance team, which I did. We've been in parades, we've done like Halloween night festivals, and we've just got to do so much amazing, creative, fun stuff. And I'm just so thankful. I don't really have a lot of relationship history because, I had one official relationship with my son's father when I was younger. And then from there, I've dated, but it was always just like, things just didn't work out with the people that I was with. So I really hadn't had time to invest into a real relationship with someone. I reached out to Social Catfish because I just want to have clarity as to if I've been talking to Chris Brown or if I've been scammed. I just don't want to continue to invest myself or my time in something that has been a hoax the entire time. I would like to move forward, continue to focus on my life, and when you see all the things that this person did, you are gonna be like, girl.
After receiving Tyler's email submission, we decided to schedule an interview with her to get to know her and figure out why she thought this could be the real Chris Brown.
So supposedly she's been dating Chris Brown.
The Chris Brown?
The Chris Brown. We're going to meet with her today and gather some information, some details.
David and Brienne had recently filmed an episode of the Today Show and were traveling to New York, so Brienne joined us through Skype while they were at the airport.
How did your relationship with Chris Brown begin?
On Twitter, I had got a message from a account that was under his name. The reason he reached out to me was because he saw that I was a dancer and he wanted to have me into videos or whatever the case was. But the more we started talking and getting to know each other, the more the connection and everything grew from there.
When we get stories like this, we automatically assume it's fake. What is it about talking to Chris Brown online that leads you to believe that this is actually him?
I was able to kind of go back and forth between what he was saying and what I was kind of seeing. And it kind of made me believe, like, okay, well, this stuff makes sense. And like, who would go through all of this? He'd be like, okay, well, I'm going into his studio to go make this new video. And he wouldn't give me like specific details to what it's for. He's like, oh, okay, it's a surprise. And I would see on his page and things that he just dropped a new video when his new album had just came out. He would say certain things like, I'm looking to hire models for a model for this video. And he would tell me like, you were my inspiration behind the video. October 4th, we were talking and he was saying how he had to go into a studio and everything because he was dancing and doing a video and getting ready for stuff. That timeline had matched up with me because then I think it was like October 20th or something that the video actually dropped.
Tyler would text this Chris Brown account all through the day and night. Her curiosity grew and she had came up with a plan. She saw he had a concert at a venue close by. She bought a ticket but didn't tell Chris she would be there. If she saw that he was texting her back while he was on stage performing, she knew for sure it wasn't really him.
I went to his In My Feels festival or concert last December. I monitored, I looked at my phone to see, okay, well, like, are you going to message me while he's at this? Because I know the real Chris Brown is right here in my face at this concert. So went by myself, sat in the crowd, enjoyed myself, listened, and tried to feel the vibe. I just waited to see if he slipped up, texted or did any of that. And none of that. Everything kind of went in sync.
Tyler got to the concert at around 8 p.m. and sent Chris Brown a message to see if he would text her back while he was on stage performing. She watched him perform while monitoring her phone, and she enjoyed the concert. It ended around 11:30, and an hour after Tyler left the venue, she received a text message from Chris Brown.
And it was just kind of like at the end of the night, I'm like, okay, well, trying to see if he got around to like, well, how was your night type of thing. But he never went into super specific details about how his shows, it was just like, it's a show or fans were there, like that type of thing.
And then when you told him you were at the concert, was he excited?
I didn't tell him until I actually had went back home. He's like, oh my gosh, like I didn't believe you were there. And like I can believe in stuff that you were there. But of course I wouldn't expect for him to be coming out or say anything if it was pertaining to be real or anything.
What is the reason why your relationship hasn't gone public?
The reason that it hasn't was because he apparently was waiting for him to be off a tour so he could be home. He said that he's been in situations before with women and people will start attacking or, just mainly for protection, I guess.
Tyler had even more reasons to believe that this truly was Chris Brown. She says she even video chatted him.
He did the FaceTime and everything. I opened the phone and it was actually like his face. And I'm just looking at the phone, like blinking my eyes, like, what the heck? Because like, obviously I still didn't believe it. But he like said something. He's like, what, is it like dark around there? Because it was dark in my room. And then he hung up the phone. So that's when I really started to believe like, okay, obviously there's no way.
Chris Brown had came to visit Tyler in person a few months back. He claimed he was staying at a hotel nearby and even sent a photo of the same street she lived on. This was all confirmation that she was actually talking to the real Chris Brown.
How much of a percentage would you say this could still be Chris? Do you have those thoughts?
I would say probably like a 60% chance, 50-60% chance. I really don't know. He's just such a hard person. Like his information's all over the internet, So I just don't know. It felt like it could have been genuine, but then again, I don't know. I would hope that it was real because the person that I did get to know, I really, really did or do love that person and the genuine heart. And it was so much more. It was like I'm a faith person and a spiritual person and just hearing him talk so much about that and being into the same thing that I'm into as far as dancing and family and being such a giving and loving person my entire life, to receive it back from a stranger who doesn't even know me, it feels really good, you know. But I'm also to the point where it's just like I'm not gonna continue on being like trying to rationalize, okay, maybe you're asking this for that, because in my opinion, at this point, no matter who you are, you should be able to show or verify yourself.
I want you to know, Tyler, that we're here for you. We're all one big team. We're going to grab some more information from you, and we're going to look into all this stuff and close this thing out.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. Seriously.
A few weeks later, we decided to visit Tyler at her home to get more insight on why she thought this could truly be Chris Brown.
We came over here to really pull some extra information, try to understand the rest of your story.
She brought up several points, starting with Chris Brown's Under the Influence music video.
Some of the reasons that he would say he was inspired, because he was using Black women, Black models, and in the prior videos that he had been doing, he hadn't been. One of the outfits that he wore inside the Under the Influence video was very similar to something that I had wore to like an all-white party that I had went to with my family, which was in August, so months before he had even dropped his video. Down to even his hair color had even changed to the hair color that I had at that same time that I had did that. He kind of mimicked, or it looked similar to what I had on.
So what can you tell us about that photo?
That was on the actual official Chris Brown's Instagram. Randomly, when I was just going through his story, I had just seen that he had posted that, and it was that image, but it's also in blue as well. I just froze, like, because off tops, I just felt like it just looked like it was freaky. Like I had posted it myself, like of myself, you know. I went and I asked at least like a handful of people, like, hey, just no correlation, because my family aren't like fans to where they're on his social media, stuff like that, so they would know he posted or any of that. So I was just like, hey, does this look like anybody to you? And that's when they're just like, yeah, I really, that for sure looks similar to you.
What were some of the ways he had asked you to send money?
Coinbase, NetTeller. It went down to Google Play cards. I've purchased a Sephora card before, but mainly for the most part, it's been Google Play. There was one time I did like a Steam card.
What was the reason why you needed a Sephora card?
If there was cases where I did get a different one, like I did get a Sephora or something like that, it was because the option that I usually got wasn't there, wasn't available or something. And I would take a picture, show what cards they have, and he would say, okay, well, just get this Sephora card or do that.
Chris Brown, he's worth
Right.
$50 million.
Absolutely. He would always put it in a way of, like, I am a celebrity, like I have a lot of money. The thing is that people would always come to me and they always expect me to want money, but how can I be sure of like your love and your commitment if you're not even willing to do something, do what you can, just show me that you are willing to give what you do have.
And the gift cards are in that notebook?
Yeah, they're here.
Oh, so you have all the gift cards and the receipts.
I don't have all, but I do have a lot.
Tyler kept a notebook for all of the times she sent money to Chris Brown. If she didn't send the money by gift cards, she would send it to a woman named Bonnie through Cash App. She was willing to send money to him to prove she wasn't like the other women he was used to dating. She wanted to show him she was willing to sacrifice in their relationship. Chris Brown assured Tyler that he wanted to take the relationship serious and even came to visit her in person.
In between this time, he did come to visit you, correct?
He told me he was at the hotel that's kind of close to our area, and he like took a picture of him with the hotel information and stuff there, and he said like, hey, I'm gonna be headed to your house soon. I just need $100 for the taxi, and I didn't bring cash or whatever the case is, so he asked me to give him the $100 so he can be over here.
And then there's a photo where he was literally right outside your house, right?
Yeah.
The two locations Chris Brown claimed he was at were the Marriott just 11 miles from Tyler's house and a road on the same street Tyler lived on. He even sent a photo he claimed to have taken on his iPhone when he was close to her house.
I mean, all these locations are really close by, so maybe we can just go check them out.
We decided to do some groundwork and visit these locations, starting with the photo he took on Tyler Street. We immediately went to Google Maps to see if we can match up the photo that Tyler received from the Chris Brown account.
Because, I mean, he could have easily just pulled it up on Google Maps and grabbed the photo and then just screenshotted it and then sent it to you, right?
Yes.
I mean,
the photo that the Chris Brown account sent to Tyler was completely different from the image that was on Google Maps. This left us wondering where this photo came from. Next, it was time to head over to the hotel. When Chris Brown sent this photo to Tyler through Snapchat, it was tagged with her city and the Marriott not too far from where she lived. Our team drove to the hotel to try to see if we can match up the background on the photo to any location of the Marriott.
where could he have been?
So
He's outside.
Outside?
Or he's
I feel like it was inside.
in the lobby, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh. Something like
Thank you.
as bright as possible.
But if you took it here, you would see the windows in the back.
Yeah. Or the fixtures too. Like they don't have those lights there.
Yeah, they look.
I'm just thinking if I want to know if like at the end of the day if the person is real or not. But I mean at this point I'm just really just trying to figure out.
It didn't seem like the background matched up, so why not just ask someone that worked at the hotel if they had ever heard of Chris Brown staying there before?
Hey, bro, I just have a quick question. Has Chris Brown ever stayed here before? No.
It had to be October, November
Last year.
last year.
2022.
2022. October, November, I think.
Yeah, and then you guys would be standing here.
After visiting both of the locations, our team decided to call it a day and go back to the office to put our tools to work. We don't normally take research this far, but we felt it would benefit Tyler seeing the truth in real life. But she was still left with some hope about speaking to the real Chris Brown.
I really try to pray to God a lot about it because I know that I have your guys' help with it, and it just takes a lot of stress off what I was feeling like. I was on an emotional roller coaster at one point because constantly looking into it and then you think you see something and then you're not sure, constantly going through that becomes emotionally draining, So now that I actually, I know I've done everything I can, I've exhausted all my options. I just feel like at this point, it's in your guys and God's hands. It's either the truth or it's not. I just truthfully just would want to know so I can move forward with my life and not have that in the back of my mind. If I do completely cut off, get rid of everything, what if it was the real one? Or if I don't, then having that in the back of my mind, I don't know.
While we were out, Virginia and Bree were running all of Tyler's information she sent over.
So, as you know, Tyler wants us to confirm that she's talking to Chris Brown. One of the interesting things was that he sent over candid pictures of himself when they were texting.
Really?
Yeah, check this out. Look at that.
Whoa.
I'm pretty sure that image is fake, but at least we can run a reverse image search and find out where it came from.
Yep, very true.
Oh, look at this. 36 exact matches.
Wow.
It looks like it came from his TikTok, but it was posted on a Pinterest page where people repost his videos.
And he pretended that was a candid photo of himself, of course.
Yeah, it's actually a screenshot from a video.
She sent us another candid photo from a text message. The chat were very odd. Something about a haircut. The thing is that this picture, he's wearing a hat.
Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Let's run some reverse image search on this one and see if we can find anywhere else that has the same image and cross-reference the dates.
All right, let's do it.
Look, I found the exact same image. It was posted on Pinterest on March 30th, 2022.
And when was her text?
In December
Of 2022?
2022, so 9 months later.
There it is.
So it's definitely not candid.
Definitely not. This was posted how many months before?
9 months.
Stick around until the end. We'll track down the location of the person posing as Chris Brown.
We were able to grab his IP address and we got several hits. All 5 of the clicks came from...
And Tyler will hear the real voice of the person behind this fake profile of Chris Brown for the first time.
I can't hear you.
Can't hear me.
Huh?
If you've made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. We appreciate you so much. It was now time to sit down with Tyler and review everything that we had found.
I'm more so anxious. Like, I feel like I went through a lot of the motions during the process because I was always open-minded to it, but I didn't necessarily always feel like it was the truth, especially seeing all the things and stuff that were out there. But right now I'm just more so like just wanting to move forward.
With this case, we went the extra mile. We went and visited locations. We wanted to make sure there was no stone unturned. We are confident about the information that we were able to pull.
And we'll just get into it. We're going to start with some of the articles that we found about, Chris Brown, his relationship status. It looks like at that time he was with his girlfriend, Amika Harris.
We did talk about that at one point, and just when I started talking to him, he just said he was single. That's his son's mom, so she's going to be around certain areas and certain things like that. But because I didn't see anything officially saying they were, because everything is so exclusive, you can really, from what I was reading, I couldn't find anything that specifically said they both did, that type of thing, they said that they were in a relationship or he confirmed or any of that. I couldn't find that. I just, seen little things that I would question on him on, and he would just be like, he would just be like, that was the mother of his child, stuff like that.
So I'd like to discuss the photos. I know that every time Chris sent you a photo, he had a story to tell you as far as where he was located when he took the image, who he was with. One of the images particularly that we looked at was the image of him. He's wearing a green coat.
Oh, like this. It was a selfie, yes.
Yeah. So we were actually able to find a match for this image. We found that it was a screenshot taken from his Instagram story. Next photo we're going to look at is the image of Chris Brown, and he has the peace sign. It came from a fan's Pinterest page.
So Tyler, my question to you is, why would he take these photos that were on his Instagram originally, screenshot them, crop out the tags from his Instagram?
Honestly, didn't really think about that until you said it right now. I never really actually considered that fact. The one that I had remembered of him saying he said his current haircut was when he sent me one of his hair in blonde with a little simple. So I don't remember, but honestly, I never really thought about that. So really a good question. Really.
So one of the things I remember that you mentioned being confused about was the image of the home across the street from your home. Our research team was able to find the exact image of this home. This was an image from a Google timeline from 2011.
I personally was a little confused when I pulled up Google Maps and saw a completely different photo. But our search team was able to figure out what really happened. Google Maps has a setting where you can roll back the date on a location. The scammer set the date to 2011 and simply took a screenshot and sent it to Tyler to get her to believe he was on her street waiting for her to come outside.
So the next thing I want to talk about is the image of Chris supposedly at the Marriott that's only 11 miles away from your home.
Well, when we went there was some fixtures on the wall that looked like it could have been that area if it had the backsplash.
When we ran a reverse image search on this image, we found that it was a screenshot taken from his TikTok. And this is coming from the real Chris Brown's TikTok page. It's actually a video of him playing basketball.
Wow.
The last thing that we want to go over is the FU gift cards link that we sent you.
FUgiftcards.com is a website we use to track scammers' IP addresses. We have the victim send the scammer a fake code to claim a fake gift card that they'll never receive because, well, it's a fake website. We had Tyler send this to the fake profile of Chris Brown, and this imposter was so hungry for money, he tried to claim the gift card multiple times. And we were able to pinpoint where this person was.
We were able to grab his IP address and we got several hits. All 5 of the clicks came from Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay.
So what are you thinking about right now with everything that we've gone over?
I didn't go into it blindly. I tried to keep my mind and think logical throughout the process. So nothing that, I mean, I'm not all that surprised because there's always 50-50. You expect you either way. So, and based off of just things that I had even thought I saw myself and looked into, it makes sense, honestly.
Because he is a celebrity, his images, his videos, all his social media profiles are public. You know, this makes him a target. It's so easy for romance scammers to pose as a celebrity. It's extremely unfortunate. And, you know, this is how people get caught up in these types of romance scams, though.
Never went into it with the intentions of what I would get to do with him being a part of his videos and things. I went into it with a pure heart. I went into it with, I'm going to be honest about who I am. And if we connect based off of what you're telling me, then I will go from there. But I never put hopes into, oh my gosh, I'm going to live this life. Like, I want to have this romantic relationship. It would be a beautiful relationship. I really would. But I don't feel like just because it's not Chris Brown, my life is over. I feel like we go through things and it's either a blessing or it's a lesson. And I don't regret going through it because throughout the whole entire process, I was constantly telling myself, okay, even if you do open up and you tell this person things, realize there is still this chance that this person is not this person. So at the end of the day, I had to keep checking in with myself to make sure I was okay with the outcome. So no matter what happened, what would be said, what I would feel or think I saw, I always kept an open mind that it could be a lie. It could be a scam. So even with the money that I've lost, to me, it's nothing in comparison to what I've seen others lose or what I could have lost, you know?
And in my opinion, one of the reasons why you were able to fall for something like this was because, you know, you're a great person. You're obviously giving. You wanted to show this person that, you know, you were willing to sacrifice to be with them. But the thing is they were also taking your kindness for weakness and using it against you. But not only that, but the scammers will tend to morph into what you want them to be. So in this case, you were into Chris Brown's music, you're into dancing, and he used that to his advantage.
Absolutely.
Like many romance scam victims, hope is what kept her holding on. Maybe it was because she was hoping to launch her dancing career, or it was the fantasy of being with her favorite artist. Or maybe it was just the attention the scammer gave her. These are all reasons of why people fall for these scams. Sometimes the curiosity of who is actually behind this fake profile is all a scammer needs to get someone to send money. Why do you think Tyler fell for this? Let us know in the comment section below.
I just want to say, Tyler, I appreciate your time. I thank you so much for allowing us to look into this case for you and you sharing your story. You don't even know, every time someone shares their story, we get a million emails saying, I think I might be scammed. So, you know, you're also helping bring awareness to these types of scams as well. So we thank you for that.
Thank you so much for hearing my story and being willing to help me. I appreciate it.
You know, just be safe. Don't send money. You know, you're a smart girl, and just be cautious and vigilant, okay?
Absolutely.
After we sent the FU gift cards link, Tyler and this fraudster spoke over the phone. and she was even able to record the conversation.
I can't hear you.
Hey, hubby.
Huh?
I thought you were done with me, boy, for a minute.
I just wanted to call you and see if you pick up.
Just keep on testing my claims or...
Oh my goodness. All right, well, good to see this is a working phone number. Goodbye, Chris.
I guess you.
Bye. Oh my God.
Tyler has now blocked this account and is focused on meeting real people in person. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Remember, all of our new videos go out every Wednesday, so please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, Seekers, we'll see you guys next time.